Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all. May God be with you all.
Yeah! Uh-oh, it's the purge. I'm loving it, man. Hey, I just had to start off with something different, man. Hopefully they'll hit me with the copyright. Let me know everything looks good, sounds good. We finna get this thing rocking and rolling, boy, because Coach Prime is on the loose, if you ask me, man. All right, there we go. The producer in the building with the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Paco, what it do, my brother, man. Thank you, man. Man, the purge, I guess it's over. You know, the purge is over. The rebuilding has begun. And let me tell you something, boy. Coach Prime has started something. And I believe if this works out, it's going to be a new trend in college football. Let me go ahead and say this. There's a lot of talk about the mass exodus. Everybody's been talking about it. Talked to a couple of college friends and people I know that's in college coaching about this. And I asked them, what's the feeling like at their schools about this? You know, they're talking about it, you know, at the coffee machine in the morning or whatever the case may be. They don't know. They think they're saying it's terrible. That's the kind of the consensus is this bad, coach. But I'll say this. I think Coach Hayes disagrees a little bit. Coach Hayes disagrees simply because as you look at a roster that was 1-11 for some time, what are you trying to salvage? Usually when a team is that bad, that long, it's not a lot of great players on there, okay? It's not a lot of great players on the roster. I understand the compassionate piece about these players, their future, you know, their scholarships and so forth and so on. Let me say this first of all. Let me be the first one to say this. When a player goes in the portal and he leaves, and I believe I'm 100% right on this, the school is still obligated for his scholarship. Now, I don't believe that's all 4 years, but the school is obligated to take care of that student's scholarship for his academics. I know some people are going to disagree. I see you, Jovi. Call in. Let's talk about it. We're going to open up the phone lines. So I understand the compassionate part for the players and for the young men that's on the team and they got to go and so forth and so on. But this is where the business aspect of it comes in. You had to purge the roster. I thought he gave them an ample opportunity, a great sample size through spring to prove him wrong. Don't prove him right, prove him wrong. And what do I mean by that? When he came in, he told you, you got to go. You're going to be transferring. And that's on video. My job is to get you out of here. Your job is for you to stay. My job is to get you gone. Your job is to get me to have you stay. He made that abundantly clear. Now, this is the business of it. And I want to say this. This has been happening for a long time in a lot of places. It's just not as polarizing as Deion Sanders, aka Coach Prime, has made it to be, with all of the, with all of the fanfare, I guess is the right way to say this. He told you you're going to go. And I think a lot of people, including fan bases, hell, including myself, we didn't think it was going to be this drastic. We thought, you're going to get rid of some bad apples, some guys who kind of lazy. But, if a kid is doing well and he's on time and, he's not a cancer to the program, let him stay around. And boy, did I definitely have it wrong. And I guarantee 99% of you guys out there had it wrong too. Coaches do speak in cliches and coaches talk, that old coach speak. Hey, if you're not here to work hard, you're going to have to go. When they do their opening press conference, we're coming here to win. We're coming here to build young men to be future fathers, husbands, great sons, productive citizens to the community, and all of that great stuff. Well, I'll be damned. Coach Prime say, I believe in what I said. I believe, and he giving them the business. He putting them up out of there. Yeah, somebody said Pac-12 scholarships are for 1 year. I get it. I understand. But like I said, when guys hit the transfer portal, and I don't know the logistics behind when they had to go, when the scholarship, and I'm not getting into all that. But I will say this: there are a lot of people that are upset with Coach Prime because of the young men. But a lot of times we get mad at the person and not the system. The system allows him to do this. He's not bending any rules. The NCAA put these rules in place. And he is taking full advantage. I guess hopefully that's the right word. It probably sounds like it sucks, but it's the right word. He's taking advantage of the rule, meaning I'm cleaning house. And cleaning house for some people means straightening up. But cleaning house for other people mean cleaning the baseboards, the top of the ceiling fan that you can't see. Huh? Do me a favor. Everybody stand up. If you're not tall enough, go get you the dining room chair. Go up there and rub the top of that ceiling fan and see how much dust up there, man. You think because people can't see it, it ain't there. Oh, it's there. Pull that refrigerator out and see how many Legos your kids done kicked up under the refrigerator. Go figure that part out. So there's cleaning house means straightening up and putting things away. Or we finna get down and dirty and I got to pull out them long yellow rubber gloves and get it in. Now that right there is what he's done. As you saw the thumbnail, it's the purge. He went in there. He gave you a chance. And a lot of people left. Some people stayed around to test their luck. And they found out differently. Go through a couple of stats, couple of numbers here. I want you to get your mind prepared. I really want to have the phone line jumping today. I want to talk to a lot of people who agree and disagree with this method. I also want to talk to people that think that this will be changing. I see Anwar Little says Prime is a joke. And there's a lot of people that believe that. But there's a lot of people that don't. The true question is going to come down to that. It's only two columns that really matter: wins and losses. Okay? So those are the things that I want to see, in a sense, or I would like to talk about. Make a discussion, plead your case. Let's see, talk about it. I want to read off a couple of stats and numbers just so you guys can hear it. And again, these may not be all the way totally accurate because, again, I said before, the transfer portal is technically not open to the public. We only have to go off of people who, post stuff or whatever the case may be, try to keep count, 247 on 3 rivals. They try to keep a database and so forth and so on. So some of the stuff may not be truly accurate, but I believe it's relatively close. He had 83 scholarship players. There were 73 players on scholarship of the 83, so that means only 10 left that left or they didn't play college football anymore, meaning they decided not to be another athlete or student going about their business. He had 4 people transfer in for the spring and then back into the portal. I know one, I forget the old lineman from Florida. I forget his name. And there's 3 others. So it's a total of 4 that came in the spring and they jumped back in the portal and say, I'm out. So out of those 73 that were on scholarship, 52 people hit the transfer portal so far, going out. 52. Youssef, thank you, Sports Geek. Here's a very interesting number. Very interesting number. As of Monday, the deadline, listen to this, the deadline, which was the 30th, I believe. Yes, it was April 30th midnight. 2,090 FBS player in the portal. There are more than that because you have FCS guys and so forth, but only FBS, 2,090. FBS players in the portal as of Monday, which was the deadline, if I'm not mistaken. Sunday night, Monday morning. He's currently had 39 players transfer in. So he's replaced, out of those 73, he's replaced 39 of them. 19 of those will be incoming freshmen. So 19, he's going to add another 19 for incoming freshmen for the class of 23, the Kamani McLeans, so forth and so on. And as of now, he currently has 19 scholarships available. Now, I don't know if those all things add up. I don't know. But here's what's interesting. And I brought this up on the last show. When you go look at the guys that left, see, sometimes you have to look at things, the glass half full versus the glass half empty. When you look at the players that left, here's what I believe truly you have to look at, and I believe this tells a big story. It's not always the case, but it tells a big story. Out of the 13, and I think he just got a guy committed today, literally a couple hours ago. When you look at the players that left out of this program, only 3 of them went to a Power 5 school. So what does that tell you? Because everybody's in the transfer portal. When I mean everybody, meaning other coaches, other colleges are in the transfer portal looking for players. Only 3 of the 52 that jumped in the transfer portal went to a Power 5 school. And I believe that was UCLA. I forgot who the kid was. UCLA. I think it was 2 UCLAs and something else. But anyway, I think they were West Coast schools. What is that telling you? What is that telling you? That tells me a whole bunch that those players, whether they were good players, whatever, whether they were good people and good teammates and, on time and weren't a problem and great grades, nobody picked them up out of a Power 5 program. Nobody. So, to Coach Prime's defense, This is where people have to really ask, is he right or wrong? And I'm not getting caught up on stars. I don't think anybody's getting caught up on stars. Why is that? Because he's picking up a lot of 3-star guys from like Old Dominion and this, that, other. All 3 of the quarterbacks I think there was 3 quarterbacks on his roster. 3 that left. I think one went to Nevada, Arkansas State, and somewhere else. It's so many players I can't keep track. I try to take notes. I start running out of paper. Coach out here running out of paper, y'all. I'm trying to keep notes. I need a secretary or something. So I'm saying to you guys, he's bringing in 3-star guys, but he may feel that they are better than those guys. When he breaks them down, look at the tape, get with the coaching staff, they evaluate them, so forth and so on. But he's also bringing in, now I want to be very clear when I say this, he's also bringing in Power 5 guys. That doesn't mean they're elite players now. Let's not make that mistake. Let's not make that mistake. I haven't broken all the guys down and looked at them and their talent and so forth. Some of these guys are coming in. I think it was a linebacker from Washington. He's a 5-star guy coming out of high school. Played in 29 games. Has 32 tackles. So he ain't killing it. He's not killing it where he came from. Now, again, I don't know his history. If had some injury in there or whatever. I don't know. Defensive end, yes. The edge rusher. Thank you, Gemini. So you think about averaging, a tackle a game. So you say all that to say this. Whatever this experiment is, it better work. That's all I can tell you. It better work. And if it doesn't, I mean, he's truly betting on himself and didn't follow the status quo. Florida State, he's got quite a few guys from Florida State to come. And that's interesting. Quite a few guys. I can't keep up with all of them. I can pull up the roster and all of that. Real quick, let me check out Miss Diva 1. Miss Diva 1, how you doing? $5. Prime getting paid $5 million. He better get the right people in there. Folks in their feelings. Prime in his money bag. Feeling and emotions don't pay bills. You're 100% correct. And again, I said this last show. I'll say it again this show. You don't have time to waste. You don't have time to waste. Coaches don't get 5 years anymore. Do you know how many people in this fan base will be, I told you so, if they go 1-11 this year? If they go 2-10, 3-9? Do you know how many people in this fan base, not fan base, but just people that watch college football and follow college football will eat this alive? Let me go back right quick, but let me do this right here for Q-Dog. Appreciate you, Q-Dog, for the $2. Says, preach, facts or facts. Coaches don't have years to win. Yes, I just addressed that, so you're 100% right. Out of 2,090 players, FBS players in the portal, he has 19 scholarships. I think the odds of him finding 19 people that are better than them to fill those 19 voids that he has are probably high. So instead of keeping poor little Timmy and say, hey, I really like you, out of 2,090 players that are FBS level guys, he probably can find 19. So the likelihood or the odds are very high that he can fill the gaps. See, people think all those people left, but you have to remember how many people came in. You only get 85 scholarships. Now, he's going to fill up those other spots. Trust me, there's going to be some guys coming in there that can pay their way and whatever the case may be and so forth. And you'll fill that in. And who knows? Who knows? This is super interesting. So again, I go back to ask this one question. Do you blame the system or do you blame the man? Do you blame the system that opens the floodgates in essence, right? That opens the floodgates for this kind of action? Or do you blame the man because he took advantage of it? You look at other programs, I want to say Arizona State. They weren't that good right now. And they got 29 people transferred out. But I don't think they were as bad as Colorado for 20 years. So they may not have to purge as many players. And that's important. That's huge. CBW says you can't blame neither. Yeah, you're right. I agree. I'm just saying the reason I'm bringing that up because so many people are mad. Look what he's doing to the young men. He's killing their dreams. He's doing all this. How many people, how many fans, give me a thumbs up in the chat. How many fans will say, you know what? He went 1-11. He went 10-2. But he sure gave those kids a chance. And I salute him for that. Nobody. I don't know if you're a fan of Colorado, fan of any other school, but name one coach that had a bad record, and that was the defensive. That you defended him. Man, that coach went 3-8 around here. He was 3-9, but he gave those kids a chance. No, he sucks. Get him out of here. He doesn't know how to develop talent. Think about what I'm saying, y'all. He doesn't know how to develop talent. If you put a donkey in the Kentucky Derby, he ain't a horse, he's still a donkey. And you could train him as hard as you want to train him. He gonna give you the best of a donkey. He ain't Seabiscuit. So understand the business of this. And there's some people mad, and I get it. There's some people hot, and I get it. Phone line is open, 862-799-9956. As you see it right here, 862-799-9956. I appreciate it. Also, let me give a big shout out right here to make sure it's working right. There we go. Mr. Steele, appreciate you. Appreciate you, Mr. Steele, for the $5. He says, enjoying the stream, coach. IMAX. Okay. IMAX in the building. Like I said, if you care to, if you'd like to donate via Cash App, you're more than welcome. We'll throw it up here. I blink out your government name so we don't see that. I totally understand. So if you'd like to put your handle or whatever like IMAX did, you're more than welcome. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that $5. Definitely going to help the channel grow, as well as for all the super chats as well. But we get to keep 100% of this right here. All right? Thank you again. Phone line is open. Don't be scared. Everybody want to talk. But I want to hear about it. $2. USC brought 55 transfers in 2 years. No one's talking about that. Or Ole Miss, 62 transfers over 2 years. All you hear is about Prime doing the same thing in 1 year. There you go. It's being done. Don't get me wrong. It's being done. But again, Coach Prime is so polarizing. He's so polarizing that guess what? People are watching. People are taking notice. People are scratching their head. I watch all the guys, all of the commentators. I won't call any name because I might jack the name up. But I listen to a lot of these guys. Oh, I don't understand what's going on, and I don't. Yeah, something new. It's way more than what we're accustomed to. Way more than what we're. But I think it's necessary. I really do. And I'm gonna tell you something. You're gonna start seeing more coaches doing it as they get these types of jobs. As you see guys getting these types of jobs, you're going to see it. This is going to be the new deal unless they change the rules. That's just my opinion. Because if this experiment works, if this experiment works, and in the next 3, 4, 5 years, and they are contending at a high level and competing, I don't think they'll be national champions. I don't even think they may be well, they might even have conferences by this time, but whatever. The transfer portal, as we all know, every school takes advantage of it. It helps you become competitive faster. It helps you become competitive faster. And that's the big deal. Phone line is rocking right now. I see you guys piling in. Don't be scared. As you call in, you will be able to hear the conversation. I'll call you by your last 4 digits of your phone number. Some of you guys, I got you right up here. I know who you are because you always call in, so I really appreciate you guys. You're going to have 2 minutes, and I'm sticking to it this time because I need the phone line rocking. You hear this? I need you to land your plane, kind of finish out your point, because I will. Now, I had a long talk with my producer, LNV, and she said, Coach, you be lying. You don't be crashing planes because you're soft, Coach. You ain't got that prime in you. You don't want to purge nothing, Coach. You don't want to purge the caller. Well, I'm doing it today, and I have to do it. So, caller, here's what I'll say to you. If I kick you off, because I have to, because my producer be in my ear, just call right back in and we can finish the conversation. But I do want to give everybody a chance to talk. 180 people in the building. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling. First call in the building, Gemini. All right, he on deck. Gemini, talk to us.
Oh man, I made first. Oh, that's
you the first one.
Okay, as a coach, you see us in the weight room. You see us practicing. If we not hitting that weight room hard, we don't hit practices hard. I don't care if my name is Lil Timmy and my dad used to play for you or play for somebody you know that coach before. You gonna keep me on the team? No, you not. You gonna cut me. And then explain to my dad, hey man, he ain't dedicated. Heart not there, motor not there. So what are we complaining about? The video is there. It's not like other programs that don't show the content. We're actually seeing the content in and out a lot more. So what are we here complaining about Prime for? Dead ass question to anybody. What are we complaining about? The motor not there, the technique not there, as you say, the toolbox. What are we fussing about? But we're fans that want many players that don't have a high motor and don't have skills. This is his job. This is not high school. This is big money right here. I'm going to end with that, Coach.
I appreciate it. You got about 25 seconds. So here's what I look at it, man. You're 100% right. You know what I mean? What are we complaining for? I think we're complaining because people don't like change. People don't like change until change becomes the what? The norm. And that's exactly what it is. People don't see it, but a lot of times we don't dig deep into it. So I'll say that piece.
Okay, so you're going to ride around on a flat tire all day? Really?
Not me. I'm going to get out, call Geico, and I'm jumping in the Uber. Coach, up out of here. Go pick it up on mile marker 228, man. I'm going to holler at you. All right, Gemini, let me roll, man. Appreciate you, brother. All right, big shout out, man, right there. Let me get a quick love before I get to the next caller coming to you, 3124, right after this, man. Uh-oh, pressing the wrong buttons up in here. All right, appreciate you there. Insane DW in the building. Insane DW says Cane Juice contribution. I appreciate that for the dub, man. Hey, hold up, man. Let's clap it up for the 20, man. Let's go. Cane Juice contribution. I appreciate that, man. Cane Juice be biting. All right. Appreciate that. Really do. Appreciate that so much. All right, here we go. 3124 coming to you. Callers, don't leave. Come on in. You got to wait your turn. Talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
What's going on, Coach? How long I got, Coach?
2 minutes.
2 minutes on his timeline. I've been watching Coach Prime since overtime, and also when he had Prime, when he was on OWN with his kids growing up. Coach Prime is not going to be embarrassed. People should realize Coach Prime went to Jack State in the spring with he went what? He broke even. The next year, he cleared house, offensive line, quarterbacks, everybody, and brought all them transfers, brought in Travis Hunter. So people don't realize he would go to Colorado. He saw the facility. He saw everything out there. So you don't think he's going to clean house? You think he's going to get embarrassed by USC by 60, 65 to 7 for everybody in the whole world to say Coach Prime can't coach? Coach Prime sit there and told everybody he's gonna make sure you're gonna be on the team. He's gonna give you opportunity, but if not, he's gonna make sure you quit. And that's what happened. 6 guys did not fit what's going on there. You don't see what they're doing in recruiting. They got the fastest receiving room in the country. They got Sean Lewis got all the tools that he needs. Kelly got all the defensive players and defensive back that he needs with the D line. Listen. Coach Prime building up an all-star. He will win 10 games this year. He will compete. And I'll tell you what, next year, Jador Sanders will win Heisman. Coach Prime will be the first African-American coach to win a championship. Jackson State needs to honor that man for what he done because he made a lot of people money by him going to Jackson State because everybody on YouTube now is covering Jackson State and talking about Coach Prime. Everybody loves Coach Prime. He's my mentor. He's a great motivation speaker. He can get anybody to believe in themselves. Coach Brown helped out some boys, and they didn't realize they didn't believe in themselves. I'll remember. You saw the episode on Prime Time. He was on there first season, no character. Next year, look at it. That's why I saying you don't realize what Coach Brown have done.
Listen,
I didn't understand it.
I agree with a lot of that. Hey, listen, I'm gonna say this. Listen, I'm gonna say I agree with a lot of that, but I don't think they got 10 games this year. I'm sorry, bro. Now that's tough right there. I don't believe that, but I definitely see we're gonna see a change. But we're gonna find out quick if it's good, if it's for the good or for the bad. But I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for calling 3124. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Coming to 90-20 next. 90-20, you live. Talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from. What's your thoughts?
Hey, Coach Hayes. This is Quincy from Dallas. How you doing, sir?
Good, man. How you doing, man? All the way from Dallas, baby. Talk to me.
Doing good. I think some people that might follow you or that's following Coach Prime might not be from the 90s. I played at Northwestern in the 90s. Played for Coach Gary Barnett. And then he left. And then a new coach came. New coach told me, because I play fullback, made all conference. Said, hey, I don't run a fullback. I have an H-back.
Mm-hmm.
So he have a spot for me. And then this coach, they wouldn't let you transfer in conference.
True story.
I wanted to go to Michigan. The coach wouldn't sign off for me to go to Michigan to play. Because Michigan ran the fullback.
Right.
So they've been doing this for years. This is not the first time. They've been doing it since the beginning of time when the coach come in. But the only difference is they had a allotment that they can get rid of and bring in on top of the freshman that was coming in. That's the difference. And so I think that has to be in perspective. I think a lot of people are maybe young and don't remember people been doing this for years.
Yeah, it was kind of hush hush, right? Like people would do it.
Yeah.
And these coaches are slick. Not to eat up your time, but these coaches will pretty much put enough pressure on you by making things hard, difficult, or just come straight out and tell you and let you put it out there as if it was your decision to leave.
And Coach, I'm gonna leave you with this.
Mm-hmm.
I wish, because Coach, I think you might be older than me or my same age, but in the '90s, Coach, I had to go to FCS to play.
Had to go down. Yeah.
For our year. Yes, yeah. Coach, you remember that? So I love it that these kids can transfer as many times they want. Because I wish I was a Division I player, but I had to go to FCS for a year to go back up. And so, I mean, I said, I think a lot of people don't understand that's how it worked.
Yeah, and to be honest, that's where a lot of HBCUs got their big time players from, right? Guys that went down. Right. Instead of them going to a JUCO, they decide, hey, let me go to HBCU because I can go down a level, right? That's when they used to call it D1 AA instead of D1. It was D1 AA.
That's correct.
And you could go down a level, and that's where HBCUs used to get a lot of, they would always hold out a spot or two for those late, a guy kind of got in trouble or something happened and he had to transfer out. And in order for him to keep playing without sitting out a year, he went there to play so he could keep it going.
Because I love you. Keep up the good work. And I just love that you being non-biased. I love your opinion, sir. Keep it going.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for that. I really do. All right, man. Great call right there. Like I said, D1 athlete. They went to Northwestern. Said I had to dip for a little bit. Coming to you, 4295. 4295. Call or talk to us. You live.
What's up, Coach?
What's going on?
Hey, this is Bishop FDR.
Bishop, where you been, man?
Had to take care of some business.
All right, I understand that. Talk to me, man. What's your thoughts on the day?
Yeah, I just wanted to share my little bit, understanding that the whole setup, they knew that Coach Prime was coming, but he also took a step back and was watching the landscape and realized everybody was going to bet against him. So he gave the kids the opportunity to prove themselves. But once the spring game was over, now he knows it's for real. It's no longer, hey, we're playing. This is for real. The next time you step on the field, you'll be stepping up against Texas Christian. And so you better be in order because nobody's waiting on anybody these days. And due to the hue of his skin, this is trying to set a precedent for a blueprint for future reference.
I totally believe that. I'm telling you, if this takes off, just like the whole social media thing, right? Everybody talked about why you have to have cameras in the locker room and blah, blah, blah. He created his own hard knocks. And now you're starting to see these other colleges, because the world of recruiting is now social media and in these phones. Other schools are starting to pick up on that.
Yeah, no doubt. Simple fact is the bottom line is he is a forerunner, and everybody's scared of a forerunner because they're doing stuff that others only think of. And so when they actually step onto the court, everybody starts hating because they realize, man, I've been thinking about that, but I didn't know if I could do that. Instead of thinking, he's doing it and setting a blaze. And that's my piece.
I appreciate it, man. No, you got some very valid points, man. Thank you, man. Don't be a stranger, Bishop. Come on in here, man. We need you.
Gotcha.
All right, brother. Gotcha. Coming to 6849, 6849. Get ready. Real quick, I want to say that to that piece. Bishop made a very great point. And the point is, some people are scared. They may have thought about this, but some people are scared because if the experiment doesn't work, you leave yourself vulnerable to what? To questions. You leave yourself vulnerable to being attacked, to getting the darts. Yeah, we know you're going to get rid of some player, but to be this drastic and it doesn't work, you basically commit career suicide. Think about what I just said. If you do something like this and it doesn't work, you have committed career suicide, in my opinion. Now, for Coach Prime, it's a little different. Why? He just started his career. He 5 years old or whatever. He like, look, bro, I'm doing my way. I do it my way is what it's gonna be. Because if you fire me, I'm good. I'm chilling. I'll go back to doing something else. But he bets on himself, and that's huge right there. All right, coming to you. What I say? 6849, 6849 coming to you right now. Call or talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
Coach was good. Coach was good.
What's good, baby? Who I'm talking to?
The DT, man. The DT.
DT, what's up?
Yeah, I got 2 points on this, man. 2 points. 2 quick points.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on right now? Now, these guys coming out of high school with this portal, they better know how to evaluate themselves because the game done changed for us. Ain't no more free rides, man, for us. You just get up in the morning, work hard, and just get your scholarship and just show up every day and just enjoy the Power 5 life. That's over with. So those guys come out of high school, you better know how to evaluate yourself. If you ain't really about that life, don't even go nowhere in the top 50. If you ain't, if a coach say you good, really that good, you better know in your heart you want to do it. Cause you gonna get you up out of it, man. So for the players, if you ain't the heart to be that guy, don't go to LSU, don't go to Colorado, don't go to Alabama. They're gonna push you out of there, man. If you can't contribute, they're gonna push you out of there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And for his career, hey man, them boys are trash, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do. And them boys, they see Prime coming. That's why he getting his heat. Cause he kind of like a bully right now. He finna bully the game, coach. I can't wait to see it. Cause he really being a bully. He's finna bully him a championship, so they ain't gonna like it. But hey, they can't stop him.
Hey, Colorado, the upper brass gave him complete autonomy to do what he wants to do, and he doing it. And I haven't heard anything negative. You know, I haven't heard anything negative from them to say anything. So, hey, bro, it might be what it is.
It ain't illegal. Everybody doing the same thing, but it's just Prime. He just got more pull than everybody else. It's just they don't like that. I feel them, but they can't stop them. So they better just they better coach them. They better coach them up because you got the boys coming in, man. It's early too, man. So I can't wait to see it.
That's right. Appreciate you, man. As always, man. We got quite a few back there waiting in the back. So don't hang up if you're back there. Well, I'm gonna get to everybody. But thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
All right, Coach. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Anytime. Coming to 2791 coming to you real quick. Yeah, and to his point, he's 100% right. Here it is. Lawrence RBE says, Coach, what if Coach Prime is successful? What does it do for college football? It changes the way people manage their roster. It also changes the recruiting for incoming freshmen out of high school. It's going to hurt. This is going to hurt, which is the transfer portal already has, going to hurt high school recruiting, freshmen to college. You're going to almost look at it like what's kind of happening. It's going to almost be like in baseball where you go to the minor leagues to come play big boy ball. What do I mean? You're going to see guys that may have to go to Sun Belt Conference or, Conference USA or Group of 5 and then kind of play right there and excel and then say, he really did good over there at Memphis. Come on, let's go. And then they pull them up from there. I think that's what's going to happen if this works out well. 2791 coming to you right now. Call or talk to us. Give us your name. Let us know where you're calling from.
What's going on, Coach Hayes? It's Zell from Houston, man.
All the way from H-Town, baby. Somebody knocking the boots. Talk to me, man.
Knocking them. Yeah, man. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. So, I'm a Prime fan, but I gotta be a little critical of him. But then I'm gonna give him some grace.
All right.
Because I'm not gonna lie. He told us he was gonna flip the roster. We all saw this coming, but I didn't see it happening like this. Like you said, 73 scholarship players. That's a lot. And what I take from it, because, the guys like the Brian Kellys, the Nick Sabans, the Kirby Smarts, Ryan Davis, et cetera, they all preach about roster retention. Like, you're going to have to re-recruit your roster every season. You got to keep guys on the team. And Prime, to me, because I think he's going to have a 40-40-20 transfer strategy where he wants 40% from the portal, 40% from high school, and then 20% graduates, which I personally don't think is sustainable. But if he gets this to work and he started winning games, coach is going to have to reevaluate how they, set up their roster. Because usually a coach come in, he may replace the positions in need, but ultimately those guys on the depth chart that may be second and third looking for a spot, they're going to try to get developed, right? They're going to give them a couple years to get on their feet, get into the program, get into the playbook, understand what's going on. Prime, like, no, if you can't give me what I need in one spring, you're gone. Like, I was upset at the tight end, Sador Traore, that he lost, that he left, because I'm like, they mad that he's not giving them what he wants in blocking and maybe effort-wise. I'm like, that's a big play tight end receiver type. Like, he can give you some yards in the receiving game as a good target, and they let him go. So that tells me that Prime, like, listen, you ain't giving us exactly what we want when we want it, you're gone. And to me, that's just crazy. But I think it might work. I don't know what you think, Coach.
Yeah, I'll just answer this here in the last 10 seconds. You're 100% right. And sometimes when you're starting something off, you do have to cut the head off, because this guy may be a great player in one aspect of his game, but not so good in the other aspect. That's just like I'm a shameless plug here. When I do my rankings and I give him the blue chip and gold chip, he may be killing it as a linebacker, but out of his 8-10 minute highlight tape, he's got one pass coverage clip. So how can I make him a blue chip player when he's not showing me but only half of his game? He can blitz like nobody business, can fill the hole, can scrape, can read the run, but we don't see him covering anybody. We don't see him dropping his zone. We don't see anything from that aspect of his game. So therefore, Coach Prime is saying, guess what, bro? I can't see if I get 50% of your talent, that means I can only count on you half the time. And that's kind of where I look at it. But appreciate it, man.
That's true.
Yes, sir. All right, let me get to these next callers. I got,
All right, go ahead, brother, man. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much. I know who this is because I remember that number. Miss Diva. Miss Diva 1 in the building. Talk to me. What's going on?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you? Thank you for that donut.
I'm gonna make this quick. I've been listening to a lot of these just different people channels and stuff talk about this. The one thing I don't think people understand is when new people come in or heads of different companies come in, they normally come in and clear house and bring their own people in. I don't understand why people do not understand that. My last job, they got a new head person. He came in and cleared house. He stopped overtime. He stopped in time. He got rid of in-house and brought out-house. That's what people do when they come in, because they're coming in and arranging things according to the way they want them to. Now, why do people think that this man is going to come in and none against some players, but he don't know nothing about them players?
Mm-hmm.
We already know that he had a couple of players in his back pocket, front pocket, and his luggage bag. I mean, come on now, y'all. I mean, be upset at Prime for whatever reason, but this is about business. And I think a lot of people are getting business and personal mixed up. These folks invested a whole lot of money in that man. That man got to do what he got to do to help them folks get a return on their investment. Now, most business people understand this. They can still dislike that man, but they can understand the business side of it. A lot of people are driven by emotions, and that's why they don't understand the business side of anything. Come on, you coach, let me know. Because like I said, I've seen coaches come in and clear house.
Well, listen,
I've been working with school system almost 20 years. I've seen it done, and it's like, well, damn, that's a good player. Evidently, the man must have wanted, he must have did something, whatever. But I mean, I've seen people come in and clear out. But that's all I have to say about it. And if I'm wrong, please let me know.
No, I think you're 100% correct. I really do, Ms. Diva. And here's the funny thing. I was thinking about Elon Musk when he bought Twitter and took over. I had to pull this up because I like to get the numbers right. It says Musk claims that there were just under 8,000 staff members when he bought the company. 8,000. Now Twitter is left with around 1,500. So he's gotten rid of 6,500 people at Twitter since he bought it. That's 80% of the entire staff. And Twitter's still running. Now, why he did it, that's a different topic.
Yeah.
But we're just saying that a guy cut 6,500 jobs out there, and that's huge, man. But thank you, Ms. Diva One. I appreciate it. The line's jumping back here, so I got to keep rocking.
Okay.
Thank you.
To answer your question, you don't know why he did it. At the end of the day, it's about $1 more money in his pocket. That's it.
That's it. All right. Appreciate it. Coming to 7021 next. Oh, my gosh. This slap for both of y'all. This for 7021. This next slap for Shad. For that chat. 7021 coming to you. I already know it's about to be some foolishness. Oh, God. Please, hey, listen. Before he starts talking, if you're in the chat, please don't hang up. Please don't leave the chat. Just bear with me.
Hello?
Yeah, I got to give him his credit. Go ahead, man. We listen.
Can you hear me, Coach?
See, here we go. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear, brother.
Hello?
See, didn't I tell y'all? Don't hang up, y'all. Please don't go away.
Hello?
Coach love the kids. But it's the baby mamas I got the problems with.
Didn't I tell y'all?
Yeah, you cut the TV back up. I'm talking to you, dog, Laker.
All right, Coach, I'm going to call back. Give me 1 second.
He don't even know how to operate his phone. He just got that Cricket wireless. So here we go. Coming to 0874 coming to you next. 0874, you on deck. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from. 0874.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Coach. Hey, Coach Hayes. This is Jay Michelle. This is my first time calling in, but I love you.
I appreciate it. You said Jay Michelle?
Jay Michelle.
All right. I didn't want to mix it up with K Michelle, so I just want to make sure I heard it right. All right, talk to us, Jay Michelle.
Definitely
what's going
not.
on?
Everything natural on me, from my head to my toe.
You write that down. Hold up. Head to toe is real. All right. So now that we got that out of the way,
natural.
Talk to me. What's going on?
I sit back. I agree with Miss Diva. But the biggest point to me is that I think it's even deeper, because there's a societal perspective on how to handle our young men and women. There's a lot of coddling, and the big thing is he's hurting their feelings, this, that, and that, but there's nothing new he's doing. Everybody, the only reason it seems new to people, most people aren't really true sports fans, so they're just jumping in because it's social media. Real sports fans know how football really goes behind the scenes.
That's true.
We've seen it. We know people that participate in it. This is normal. And it does. And here's the thing. If you watch the Celebration Bowl, honestly, some players gave up in there because they already knew he was leaving. They got in their feelings. I was watching plays, and there were certain players I knew would just hit and knock their play out, and I watched them, and I'm like, wait a minute. I would never put anybody on my team I can't trust, because at the end of the day, it is Coach Prime's name and reputation on the line. You're not going to come and ask the kid why the record 1-11. You're going to go just like the former coach. He's going to be fired. His staff's going to be fired. Their families are the ones that are going to suffer. He's going to put a staff together he can trust. He's going to put players he knows is going to go out there, like he said, and play for him like he works for them. That's life. Nobody puts anybody on their team they cannot trust. And he told you, I'm going in FL, not NIL. But the great thing about him becoming a coach when NIL here is because prior to this, his whole life has been NIL. The only thing NIL did was give a regulation, put regulations in place for the stuff they was already doing. It made the stuff that was illegal legal. That's all it did. This stuff for them paying kids and stuff, Coach, they've been doing this forever. They've always done it. It's just whether they got caught doing it.
Yeah, you right about that.
It's just now everybody that are acting like this is brand new. NIL just put rules to it. Kids leave colleges all the time. Jalen Hurts left Alabama. He was a top recruit, top pick. Saban have a stack of 4 and 5 stars. That's why every 2 years you see a new quarterback pop up in Alabama, and he end up being a Heisman or highly drafted in the first round. Go and look at him. But now what NIL did, it opened it up. Jalen Hurts went to Oklahoma, still successful. Look at him with the Eagles. If he'd have stayed in Alabama, he'd have still been on the bench. He didn't want to wait. It's no different than the mindset of the kids now. It's nothing has changed. It's just that now the kids have a vehicle they can move faster and it's regulated. That's all the difference is. But kids can change schools anytime they want to. And most of these kids are not even scholarship kids. A lot of them are walk-on.
And that's that, yeah. Well, I don't know. He got 72
because
going.
You got to remember that.
Hold on, but he got 72.
He had what?
100, yeah, but 72
of players, right?
Yeah, I think it's 125, but 72 of the 83. 72 of the 83 scholarship players are gone. So that left them with what, 11? 11 players on scholarship.
Yeah, but all of them didn't leave right now. Most of them left when he first came. They didn't even show up to the first meeting. See, people not even counting that. They going from the beginning and thinking that this jump was that. No, it wasn't. They went over every single player on the Colorado channels, and Adam went down the whole list, and he said himself they were no good. He rated them as no good. The people in Colorado themselves that's been there with him said they weren't no good. They only had 3 players that they felt that Prime should have let stay. That's it.
I appreciate it. Well, Jay Michelle, they eat me up in the chat because they got hate for you. Because you listen, you all natural around here. So get what? They hating on you.
I'm sorry.
Listen, they say I'm supposed to.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm gonna go on and crash it for you, but you get a do-over. There you go. So you get a do-over, and you get to call back in if you understand me, and we will keep going.
Okay, I will.
I appreciate it.
All right, I will.
All right,
Thank you, Coach.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Hey, Coach, love to have the ladies call in because the ladies be spitting facts. If you notice about the lady callers, I'll say this before I get to 8333 come to you next. 8333 come to you next. The ladies are not necessarily emotional. They look at it and they spit the facts. So I'll be very honest with you. Hey, Kid Green, you killing me. Give Coach a break, man. You chilling. 8333 come to you. Call or talk to us.
Hey, Coach, this is Carl calling from Seattle.
Seattle.
Hey, listen, I hear a lot. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Good. I've been hearing a lot of people talk about the exodus out of Colorado and what we see going on, but let's look at what's actually happened, the why. According to NCAA rules, you need to have at least 105 players on your team at the beginning of school, that first day. Now, after that, after session, you can have as many players on your team as you want. Now, Colorado hadn't had a winning season. They had one winning season in the last 2 decades. So they had a problem getting players on that team, on that campus. So in essence, what they did was they started giving out those scholarships to people just to have 105 players on that team at the beginning of the school year, because if they didn't have 105 players according to NCAA rules, they wouldn't be able to field a team during that year. With that facility being $150 million, that's money. That's TV advertising and everything they would not be able to get because they wouldn't be able to compete for that school year. So you had a lot of players on that team that shouldn't have been there. Just filler players to fill that team for that first day of school, 105 players. When Coach Prime came in there and saw, and we saw it too during that spring game, those guys looked like high school players out there. They had no technique. They couldn't move. They couldn't do anything. It was an embarrassment. So those guys knew that they had to jump in that portal because they had no business at Colorado. The only business they had was to be filler. My time is up. I'm out.
Thank you, man. All the way from Seattle, Washington. I really appreciate you. I will say this before I get to I got my caller. Hey, Blaze in the building, brother Jay Blaze. But before I get to the next caller, you know what? There's some credence to this because of the 73 scholarship players that left or did no longer play, 52 hit the transfer portal. So where are the other 21 kids? And I know this for a fact. Smooth, you better be on this line. But I know this for a fact. Football teams put people on scholarship, or they have them on their team, maybe walk-ons, not scholarship, but they may be on their team because it helps the APR, right? It helps the grading system. So that I know for a fact, because I've been some places and I look on the roster. I ain't never seen Po Lil Timmy before, but he show on the roster. I'm going to leave that at that. All right. Coming to my man, brother Jay Blaze. I appreciate you, man. Thank you as always. Well, yeah, Blaze, here you go. Blaze, talk to us. Give us your name. Come on, man. Slap yourself, Coach.
What's going on, Coach Hayes? It's Brother Blaze.
What's going on, Blaze? Talk to me, man. You still on fire, dog?
Hey, man. Hey, the purge happened from Florida State.
Uh-oh.
Deion done stole a player from Florida State, and Mike Novell pissed. So they're going to be burning Deion's jersey on Florida State campus in Tallahassee. The purge happened. My goodness. Hey, those Florida State fans pissed. They pissed at Deion. But hey, Deion doing what Deion do. He win. You know what I'm saying? That's what he do. So I'm just saying, hey, the show, just like a TV show, when it's brand new, they gonna watch the show. But when that show get old and it get boring and that show ain't winning, then the show is gonna be over.
Hey, I'm guilty of that. I was a scandal person. I was an empire person. I was all them people. But like I said, when they started getting about that fourth season and they started reaching, the writers started reaching for foolishness. Hey, when Lucius Lyon lost his leg, I was done. I was like, man, what's going on around here?
Right.
This dude lost his leg and he don't even walk with a limp. Get out of here, man. But you're right. But you're 100% right.
The purge happened, man. Hey, the purge happened. That's what happened. They stole a player from Florida State.
Two of them.
Went out Colorado. That's what happened.
Two of them.
But for real, hey, Coach Hayes, I got a question. Who gonna have the better record, Florida State or the Colorado? Who gonna have the better record this year, Mike Novell or Deion?
I got to go with Florida State, bro. I have to be honest.
Put that in the chat to ask everybody, because that's a poll that's going out. Who gonna have a better record? Because Deion really should be coaching Florida State. That's where he really should be at.
I had to be very honest. I think Florida State should have the better record this year. I really do. I mean, anything's possible.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, but that's just my. I'm just being very honest.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. And if that's the case, then send a whole case of cane juice out Colorado.
No, that's called the Colorado concoction. The Colorado concoction.
Colorado concoction.
Yes, sir.
My man.
Yes, sir. All right, Blaze. Appreciate you, dog. Hey, I be seeing you in the chat too on them chips, boy. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
Oh yeah.
All right.
No question.
Yes, sir.
Everybody be easy.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, coming to 4695 next. 4695. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Hi, Coach. Butterfly 88 is my name.
I remember the name, Butterfly 88. Thank you. I know I've seen the in the comment. What's going on?
Nothing. I love Coach Prime, so I call in on this day when you're doing the Coach Prime topic. I agree with a lot of the callers that have already called in. I'm sorry, I don't remember the first woman's name, but I agree when, like, I'm in corporate America, when the new, like, CEOs and VPs come in, they bring people from their old companies and they will clean house. And not all the time will they get rid of everybody, but you do have a short amount of time to prove that you can help them reach their goal. And if not, they will cut you out. So I just think it's the same concept that's happening with Coach Prime.
No, you're 100% right, Butterfly. Like, even me, I work in the school system. We get a brand new principal. Guess who's going to be the assistant principal? Not the principal that was there before. Sometimes it happens, but they're going to bring people in they trust, right? When it comes to the administrative side, right? Now, they can't get rid of students in the school, But you're 100% right. I just told you about Elon Musk, 8,000 people for Twitter, and now he's down to 1,500. Why? I forgot why he said he cut the people. I think he said, he cut it down because he said you don't need that many people to view content about freedom of speech. So why do I need 6,500 people, if I'm not mistaken? So guess what? Let you say what you want to say on Twitter. Get rid of 6,500 jobs just because I changed one model in my new business. So yeah, you're 100% right.
Yeah, and I think an interesting article that could correlate with this is, if people have a moment to Google it, it was about more so Black women, but Black women and the glass cliff. And it's just talking about how Black women are brought into these leadership roles, like higher leadership roles, when things are in crisis mode. And so they don't really have the resources they need or know the full scope of things. In Deion's case, he knows the full scope of things, that 1-11 record, they had. So he has to do what he has to do because he has people he needs to impress that's invested.
Now, yeah, like I said, you're 100% right. And as this plane lands, Butterfly 88, I thank you so much. But I do want to say this. I guarantee Coach Prime brought this up with the athletic director. I believe he calls him Rick. I forget his full name. But he brought this up, I guarantee, in that meeting that said, you know what, Rick? I'm going to have to get rid of a lot of people. Are you okay with that? And exactly. AD probably had to agree. He didn't think of this after he got the job. I guarantee he looked through the roster, looked through the film, did all this studying, because all coaches do it. And he was like,
right. No, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I appreciate you, brother. Don't be a stranger.
Bye.
Huh?
What did you say?
No, I was saying, don't be a stranger. Come on by. All ladies are welcome. Bring you some Colorado concoction and come hang out.
Okay, I'll have to fly all the way from Atlanta. All right, bye.
Boy, y'all better lay off old coach, boy. Still got it, boy. Still got it. Let me stop playing. Anyway, that was pretty cool. I see it in the comments all the time, Butterfly 88. And they called in. All right, coming to 6103 next. 6103, caller, talk to us.
Coach.
Talk to me.
Reverend Nelson from Sacramento, California.
You said Reverend Nelson? Hold on, you said Reverend?
I've been watching this for a while.
You said Reverend Nelson?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Well, Rev, hold on. I got to change my thought process. I done had some ladies on you. Hold on. All right, I'm back. I'm good now. What's going on, Rev? Talk to me.
You was good anyway.
All right, I love it. I love it. Talk to me.
Watch this. Watch this.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people don't remember or haven't done their research. When Coach Prime got to Jackson State, they had already been suffering a losing season the year before he got there.
Okay.
And then in 2019, they only won 4 games. 3 games that they won was in the SWAC. So when he came in 2020, he had to revamp that whole team. So he had to do exactly what he's doing now. He had to get rid of them and bring in some dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's got the process down pat. He's got the process down pat. He knows what to do, and what he's done and what he did proved to be successful for 2 years in a row. It may not have won. They took the SWAC both years, but that people got to get out of their way and start looking at the FACTS.
The facts. I'm loving it. Okay.
That's it.
Well, we got a couple of seconds here. Like I say, Rev, talk to me, man. Like, everything you said, I agree with. You got to look at the facts. I think we got to take emotion out of it, and even as a reverend, let me ask you this. I'm going to take it to a spiritual side if you don't mind. Even as a reverend, if things are not happening correct in your congregation, do you do the status quo? Or do you find a different way to make it happen to try to bring in more people into your congregation? If you're not one of these big mega churches or, Ty Tribbett or one of these kind of cats.
You have to teach how it's supposed to go. And anybody that does not want to accept the teaching. They do this like a lot of these Colorado players did. They dismiss themselves. You don't have to dismiss folks. They'll dismiss themselves.
I like that. I like that, Paul. You're 100% right. Well, Rev, I got to keep pushing. I got to do the work.
All right.
I got to do that work, man. All right, brother. All right, that was pretty cool. Muhammad, coming to you next. I see you in the back, baby. Uh-oh. Muhammad, talk to us. What's up with you?
What's going on, Coach? How's everything?
I'm good, man. We just chilling here talking some prime time talk. Episode 7, The Purge.
Yeah. No, going on your topic, with the show and everything, I love, what Coach Prime's done. I wish, we're Hurricanes fans, Coach. I wish Mario would have came in and kept only like 15 guys and got rid of like 60 shit. I mean, it would have helped the rebuild process, at least a year faster, in my opinion. At least 1 year faster, it would help the rebuild process. So what Coach Prime's doing with Deion Sanders is doing is actually smart. He's speeding up the rebuild process, getting out the bad. Because let's be honest, man, 1-11, Coach. I was in Denver. You know this. I was in Denver. Remember when the season was going on?
That's right.
Right. I went to like 2 games. I went to the TCU game. I went to the Oregon game. Coach, I was sitting about the second row. Those kids look like my high school team, Coach, Colorado. I was looking at them like, yo, I'm bigger. I'm 6'3", 280 pounds, and I work out. Coach, I was bigger than most of those dudes on the line of scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I haven't played. I'm 31.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm 31, and I haven't played football in over 10 years. And I was bigger than all those kids on the line of scrimmage, I felt like, in Colorado.
Muhammad, hold on. With their pads on? With their pads on?
What? Oh, no, not with their pads. If you took the pads off, yo, I was damn near close to most of them with their pads on.
Yeah.
So he's doing a good thing, but the thing I was going to say about his win-loss record, now let's not get carried away. He's not going to be on Florida State level. He's not going to be on USC's level. Jackson State is going to eat some Colorado's going to eat some humble pie. They're going to probably win, 3, 4, 5 games because he's got to rebuild those trenches, and you and I both know those that don't happen overnight. That takes some time. That's where big games are won, right in the trenches. So he's got some work to do, just like most of us.
Mm-hmm. No, well, you're 100% right. Like I said, I mean, you are 100% right when it comes to that. But Muhammad, I'm gonna push on, man. And we got to go. Hey, the phone line's jumping. I was going to do the 9 o'clock, but hey, if y'all want to talk about it, let's talk about it. So let's keep rocking, man. I appreciate
I got you, Coach, man. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you as always for supporting. All right. I'm going to 5936. 5936. All right, 5936, you live. Talk to us.
Yeah, you're making a whole lot of fuss out of a team that finished 1-11.
Mm-hmm.
But my hat's off to Prime. He had to come in there and weed out the players because he had certain players that really didn't match the position, like a linebacker, 4'6" and 4'5". They was running 4'8" and 4'9". Like a defensive back. They scheduled to run 4'4" and 4'3". He had defensive backs that was running 4'7" and 4'8". He had wide receivers that supposed to be running 4'4" and 4'3". He had them running 4'7". He had to get rid of that crowd because they're not D1 football players.
Mm-hmm.
He had to bring in some 4-3 and 4-4 guys at linebacker, defensive back. But when he fills out that roster and he got room for the 4-8 guys or 4-7 guys, he's gonna bring them back. He's gonna bring them back, but because he has to make the team. He has to fill out the roster.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. I do agree with that point. Like, you got to be able to fill out the roster. I just think he wants a fresh start with a lot of guys, and I feel like out of 2,090 players, that's FBS players in the transfer portal, he can find 19, and he's bringing in some guys that could potentially play, and are probably, they may not be the best in college, but they're probably, if he was to rank them against what he had versus what he's bringing in, the team is probably a lot better. You know, you understand what I'm saying? They may not be they may not be better than Oregon, better than USC, but they're better than what they currently had. So, man, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for even being patient.
Hey, hello.
I got
you. A lot of teams, they make the mistake of recruiting a guy that plays wide receiver, 4-8 and 4-7. And then when he comes down to his senior year, he works out for the scouts, but they won't let him do the drills because he don't run the necessary time to play wide receiver. But you have to get them players in there at least necessary time.
That's right.
The NFL has picked up on all that stuff.
Right.
If you sign a guy, a defensive back, running 4-7 and 4-8.
Right.
The NFL won't let him work.
That's right. You're 100% right, brother. I gotta land your plane.
Do all the drills, but he can't work out.
You're 100% right. Yeah, like I said, they got to be able to run in those measurables. I got to land a plane. Ellen in my ear fussing. Say, Coach, you got 13 more callers in the back. Thank you so much for calling in, man. I appreciate it. All right. Have a good one, man. Thank you. Coming to, oh, God, 70-21. Slap this. I got to slap 70-21 right now.
Can you hear me, Coach?
I got to slap 70-21. 70-21, you finna get slapped because I know who you are. You finna come on here with this cricket wireless and talk that foolishness. So go ahead, man. Let me give you your 2 minutes, man.
Can you hear me, Coach?
Barely, man. If you take it off speakerphone or green tooth, because y'all don't have Bluetooth. Y'all got green tooth. I can hear you better.
I got on Bluetooth.
I already know.
Let me take it off Bluetooth.
Man, you call in all the time, man, with this, man. I'm gonna let your time running too, so you can talk. I'm telling you, only because I love a man, he a man of God. I let this ride.
I'm just gonna come on here real quick and just pull up the numbers real quick. So Deion's percentage out of these next 4 turnarounds I'm gonna talk about, he's set on track to bring in 42.14% more than all these coaches did last year. UConn went from 1-11 to 6-7. They brought 9 in. TCU went from 5-7 to 3-2 and played in the national championship. They brought 15 in. USC went from 4-8 to 11-3. They brought 20 in. They were the highest. And Duke went from 3-9 to 9-4, and they brought 8 in. And then LSU went from 6-7 to 10-4, and they brought 16 in. And Colorado and Coach Prime, he's on track to bring 35 in. He better, because all these coaches turned, 4 of these coaches went from losing to winning, including TCU, and played in the national championship, bringing less in. All I'm going to say is Coach Prime better be at least playing in a ball game. That's all I'm going to say, because I know people want to say, well, it's this, it's that. But we've heard it happens all the time, but we haven't really heard anybody say what happens all the time. Just like I said, he is up 57% more than than those 4 coaches last year that were new, and what his players brought in is going to be. And that's just what 24/7 showed me. So good luck to Coach Prime. May Jesus Christ be with you and your followers, Coach. Much love. And guess what? Lakers play tonight, but you already know what it is. Roll Tide. And I got one more point, Coach. One more point. You say I'm confused. Yet the guy you bring on Tuesday, he said he's an Ohio State fan, but also a North Carolina basketball fan. What is that? What is that? It's Alabama all the time, Coach. Roll Tide, Coach. Much love to you.
I'm soft. I know I let that foolishness go on, y'all. I apologize, but he's a man of God, so I got to let him happen. I love the young brother. I'm trying to get young Grasshopper to see the way. So sometimes you got to let them talk, because sometimes they talk themselves into understanding. Real quick, big shout out to Rev, BJ Nelson. Appreciate you for the $5. Let folks eliminate themselves if they don't want to go with the instruction. I appreciate that. And that was the Rev that called in earlier. They got my mind back right after the ladies called in. They got my mind back right. I was tripping. You know what I mean? Anyway, real quick, I'm going to what I see here. 5373, excuse me, 5373 coming to you live. Talk to us. 2 minutes. I'm going to you got to cut your TV down in the back. 5373, excuse me, 5373 coming to you live. Talk to us. 5373, you live. Wake up.
Hey, Coach. Hey, Coach. Hey, Coach Hayes. This is Sheila from Colorado.
Sheila from Colorado. You got to turn your TV down a little bit in the background because it's coming through the phone.
Okay, I just did.
I didn't mean to slap you. I was slapping the other dude from Bama. You know, I can't hit the ladies. Talk to me.
You know, I was just thinking about this. You know, Coach Prime he had plans from day one. And I think he had been on recruiting and working on that stuff before he even came to Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
He had already made up his mind what he needed to do. He already watched film. He already knew what he had coming in. That's why he was so bold in telling them from the get that he was bringing in some more players and they needed to jump in the portal. So, you know, it is what it is. I think people just upset just because, you know, he did the same thing. Like people say, he did the same thing at Jackson State, but it wasn't all them LeClaire folks involved. And now it's all about scholarships and all of that stuff and them completing college. But based on NCAA rules that I just looked up, because I was kind of curious how that worked. And they said that, you know, if you go and you can lose your scholarship. They can take a scholarship for anything, but you can still have an academic scholarship and continue with your education. But most of these guys thought that they could probably play somewhere else and enter the transfer portal so that they can continue their football career. So some of those kids could have stayed, and you have to honor that scholarship as an academic, even though you're no longer playing. Mm-hmm. So, you know, here's the thing. If he didn't do it and he got beat down in the dirt, people was going to talk. If he did do it, now that he's done it, people going to talk. So he caught between a rock and a hard place. So his thing is, let me just try to do the best that I can to get the best players I can in here. So at least we have a chance to win. I don't know if you've seen some of those little videos, but that in practice one day when Stewart threw that pass to Travis, it was one little boy. He looked like he was about 4'9". Chasing Travis down the field and couldn't catch him. So I just think it is what it is, and we'll see what happens at the end.
I love it, man. I appreciate it. Sheila from Colorado. Thank you for calling in. I got one question though. One of the viewers want to know something. They said it sounds like you can make one hell of fire red velvet cake. Is that true?
No. Oh well, yeah, I can make a red velvet cake.
But is it?
My mama taught me.
But is it good though? It's a difference.
So yeah, I can do it.
I guess not. I guess it's not good. Well, Sheila, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let me get into the next 0874 coming to you. 0874.
All right.
That's
bye.
hilarious. Thank you, Sheila. Shad. Apparently she can't make a red velvet cake. So there it is. All right. 0874 coming to you next. Call or talk to us.
Hey, Coach, I'm back. You told me to call back in, Jay Michelle.
Jay Michelle, well, here it is. Coach Hill, don't tease me with a good time. Anyway, talk to me.
And I can make a red velvet cake from scratch.
Man, let me look on here. Southwest Airlines. See if I can get me a flight. I'm around here playing. Coach need that red velvet cake. You put walnut, you put pecans on the top of it? You put pecans on it?
Yeah. Yes.
So the red velvet cake all natural.
Red velvet cake.
And Jay Michelle all natural.
Cake.
Don't make me call Sunshine. Hey, yo, honey, I ain't never coming home no more. Anyway, Jay Michelle, talk to us. You about to get Coach in trouble. This thing live.
I'm just going to say one thing. I want to make sure I land right. Start my time over. You took my time.
All right, got you. Go for it.
No, I'm just going to say this real quick. Coach, I want to make a bet with you. I've seen you that red velvet cake from scratch. But I believe Colorado's going to have a better record than FSU. I'm going to tell you why.
Okay, I'm listening.
The new NFL, the NFL has changed. Like, I hear people going, in the trenches, you got to have big guys. You got to have big guys who are agile. If they don't have agility and speed, they're just big.
Okay.
Look at the players coming in. Look at the impact players. Look at what they're running in the 40.
Okay.
And you see the players that are now, I mean, just look at who were the players of the year, just on the rookie side. Garrett Wilson he's slender and undersized, but yet offensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year. He just tall, but he really don't have no strength in both. But he got speed.
Okay, so what is that telling us?
The NFL is changing. It is changing. The quarterbacks have had to get speed and agility and become more athletic. The lines have to be more athletic as well. Because the defensive end, edge rusher is now a whole category by itself.
That's true. They call it
You
the
got to
edge
have
now.
speed.
Yep.
You got to have speed. You can get him to get bulk, but you can't get a bulk person to get speed.
Okay. I mean, like you said, you see Nolan Smith out there ran what, a 4.38 as a linebacker / end?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, are they even paying attention to who the new players are, what the players do? And they're specialists. They're not playing the old way football used to play at all. They don't need to know all the mechanics of the one thing. They need to be a specialist in one thing. They're switching out the trenches in and out. You're not looking at 6 to 8 players. You're looking at 6 to 10 or 6 to 11 in rotation because you got a 17-game season.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
this is a whole
right.
different ballgame.
You're right. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take you up on that bet. Everybody say, Coach, need to take you up on that bet. I'm going to take you up on that bet. You said Florida State going to have a better record.
I got to make sure I get your notification.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not getting all your notifications. I can't miss another one.
That's what I'm talking about. You better hit that bell so I pop up on your phone. Ding dong. Coach, like this. Coach it right there. So I need that money. Don't be giggling now. Red velvet. I need 4 layers and a big glass of milk. Let me get off this phone and stop playing with y'all.
I'm gonna make the cake, but okay. But we got to think about what you got to give up if I win.
All right, call in next week, Thursday, 8:00, and you think about it.
Okay.
All right, Phil.
Okay.
All right, bet.
All right, bye.
Woo. It's getting hot in here. I hope I win that red velvet cake, boy. I don't even know. Tell him what Coach gonna have to do. I might catch another flight. Coach gonna be up all night. I need y'all to do me a favor, man. I got my dog on here, man. V12 in the building. V12. Well, in the building, baby. You the last caller tonight, so I'm gonna lock
All
everything else.
participants are on hold.
12, talk to me. Oh, did I mute him? My bad. I think I muted him. 12, talk to me. My bad. "12. Wake up, 12.
All participants are off hold.
12.
Can you hear me?
I got nervous, dog.
You
I ain't
hear
gonna
me?
lie. I hit the wrong buttons, man. They got me talking about
Man,
red velvet
she,
cakes,
hey,
dog. I'm over here.
hey, man, hey, the lady got you shook, man, like Brooklyn, huh? Look, man, she wanna see you, hey.
Look,
Listen,
12.
Coach, listen, man.
I'm over
hey,
here shaking like a leaf in
that's a hell of
Hurricane Andrew, dog.
Hey, bro, that's a hell of a bet. Hey, I'm surprised you took that bet. She may be on to something. Them ladies be on to something, Coach. They be ahead of the game sometimes. I don't know. We'll talk about that. That may be a heck of a. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be closer than you think, though. She may be on to something. So I mean, we gonna see. But listen, let me tell you one thing. Y'all better recognize Dion is who y'all thought he is and what he was. He playing no games. You saw the AD came out and say, I support him 100%. He said he told you what he was going to do in private and in public. And I agree with the lady in Colorado. Dion Ben knew what he was getting himself into before he got there. When he came there, he said, I'm bringing Louis. He told you that. So now it's an issue because the complexion is different. And that's a huge point. There's a different complexion in what's going on in Colorado. And a lot of people thought that it was a game and that he was going to bow to a lot of that pressure that probably comes when you play in Colorado and somebody that looked like Dion. But at the end of the day, Dion didn't come there to play games. And he came there to have a lot of autonomy. And that's what he has. And so those players are supporting him. The coaches are supporting him. The alumni are supporting him. And I think Dion's going to be all right. Like somebody said, listen, you got to sometimes go backwards to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't want to be there, if you can't play, if you match up, and if you don't have speed, see what Dion is doing, he telling you what he's doing. He's an old school player. Remember back in the day, what they said about Miami, Coach, and people out of Florida and from the South, they say speed kills, right? Like an AK-47. Speed does that. And so he's going down there recruiting the fastest, and not necessarily the biggest people. He has some size at his position, Travis Hunter, some of the receivers, but they're fast guys. So at the end of the day, it happens. He'll fill out a full roster before the season starts, and he's going to win 5 games like I told you he will. 5 games. We out of here.
Slap yourself, 12. He going to win 6. You a hater. You a hater.
Okay, well, no, I asked 5. I'm taking 5 all day.
You a hater, 12. You a hater. You a hater, dog.
I'm telling you, I'm taking 5. I know you on the 6. I'm on the 5. And Florida State, you know, they may. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be tighter than you think, though. I don't know if they're gonna.
Bro, you trying to tell? Hold on. You trying to hold on? Whoa.
We'll see.
And I'm a Kane fan. I got my Kane corn over here. Y'all know that. But at the end of the day, y'all know me. Coach prides himself on giving the real. If Florida State wins 5 games this year, bringing back what they're bringing back, plus what they've added, Coach Mike Norvell needs to be fired. Straight up. They bringing the quarterback back. All of the offensive linemen are back. The running back dude is coming back. Bro, and they only win 5 games? Or 4 games, because they say, because you saying that you saying that Colorado gonna have a better record. You say they're gonna win 5. So I mean Florida State only gonna win 4 games this year?
No, they win more than 4. They win more than 4. Everybody coming back. I had to think about it. Yeah, but well, both Wilsons are coming back. Other receivers coming back. Yeah, they'll win more than they'll win more than. Well, we don't know. We're saying that I'm saying Colorado will win 5. What if Colorado wins 8 or 9? So that's the gamble you taking, Coach. We just never know.
That's right.
We never know what Colorado gonna be able to do. So yeah, so we're just saying it based off of our theory that they're gonna win 5. My theory that they're gonna win 5. You saying 6? What if they win 8 and Florida State goes 7?
Then
It's a
you're right.
possibility.
Guess what?
So
If that's the case,
so guess what?
I ain't gonna be eating red cake. I'm gonna be doing something else. I don't know what the bet is yet,
Hey,
but coach gonna be giving up
hey,
something.
you're gonna be eating. You're gonna be eating
I
something.
don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Red, I mean, I don't know if it got. I don't know if it's red velvet. I don't know if it's gonna be. You know what I mean? Lemon. I don't know if it's gonna be carrot cake. You're gonna be eating something probably.
Might be upside down cake.
Maybe upside down cake. You know what I mean? It may be dark. It may be dark chocolate mousse cake. I mean, you never know what it may be.
12.
So
That Canes was biting. That Colorado concoction biting. I even got it in the red cup this time, man. My other cup over there tripping, man. I had to get in the red cup.
So it'll be interesting, but I think that's a real good bet, though. I appreciate you for putting that bet out there. I like that bet. That's really something we can look forward to for the season. We could count them down. As a matter of fact, Coach, what you want to do? Make a red velvet cake graphic, and every time Colorado wins and Florida State, you may want to put that graphic up, and we'll kind of like from that standpoint.
I might take a slice of the pie. I'm gonna put 12 slices up there. Right? Okay. All right. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to work on that. I'm saying the 12 slices of the cake, and every win is another slice of the cake. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
There we go. That means something to do for prime time Thursdays. We're gonna have a call in every Thursday. Call in.
Just know this, Coach ain't no. Coach ain't no fruit cake.
Give you that German. She may give you that pound cake too, Coach. Make you that pound cake.
Just know this, Coach ain't no fruit cake. I can tell you that much.
She may give you that pound cake or that German cake too.
Y'all better leave me alone, man. I'm just trying to be a man talking about sports, man. This thing done went all the way to the left, to the left.
Hey, I'm telling you. And when she call in and play that cake, it's over. That should be her theme song. Just start playing cake songs for you, Coach. What you gonna do then?
Man, look here, man. I don't know. I'm gonna get something. I ain't no cupcake and I ain't no fruit cake. So if you're gonna be cake, you better be coming with it. Anyway, listen, man, real quick, Muhammad, man, in the building for the $4.99 says, clap it up for another amazing show. Let's go, Coach. Go Canes. Man, I appreciate you for that $4.99. Thank you, Muhammad. Man, 12, real quick. Before we get out of here, I'm about to get out of here. Had a great show tonight, man. I really appreciate it. But y'all been noticing these thumbnails. Coach been working hard on Photoshop, man. I've been learning a lot. So if y'all notice the thumbnails looking a little different because Coach been working, I'm really learning how to use Photoshop. So trust me, man, it's been fun. But let me ask you this, 12, before we get up out of here and I close this deal down for the night.
Cool. Yep.
What's your take on? Well, I don't know if you heard the whole show at the beginning part, but what's your take on how people are viewing this whole purge? Because in Miami, when we were at Miami, there was a talk about a purge. That was the trigger word. That was the buzz term. Mario Cristobal is purging. Mario Cristobal, I think he straightened up. He didn't clean up. I think there's a difference. I said that earlier in the show. Straightening up means put your clothes back, dust around a little bit. Cleaning up means move the couch back, clean the dustboard, clean the top of the fan, move the refrigerator, because my nephew got some Legos up under there from 2019 that you ain't got because you ain't cleaned up properly. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
What's your take on what he's doing? Do you think it is work? Do you think this experiment will be successful?
Well, I think it will be steps. So I don't think I think he needs to probably have a purge, something massive come down. And I think his approach is a little different from Deion. He came in more.
Well, I'm not talking about Miami. Because I don't want to make it a Miami show. I just made a comparison about purging there and purging here. I'm talking about Deion himself. What he has done in the world. Everybody's talking about is unprecedented. Oh my God, what is this? Why are so many players gone?
Right.
Has he lost his mind? What's your take on it?
Understood. I got what you're saying, Coach. Yeah. Well, I guess remember, because it's the Dion effect, and sometimes it's unfair, but that's what he pretty much signed up for. I mean, he's been a lightning rod type of person. It's pretty much all his career, so it's not going to be different now. And I think it also has a lot to do with where he's located and the makeup of how Colorado is. Because again, people said it was a purge at Jackson State, but no one really seemed to have cared about what was going on at Jackson State when he was bringing in all those players, things of that nature. No one really was a big deal. Now he goes to Colorado, and people are making a lot of noise about what's going on there. It's not a big deal. If you're a football player, if you follow football, you're a football fan, whether it's NFL, whether it's college, and coach, you high school, there's a sense of when you come in, you evaluate and you make decisions. The only thing Dion did, he was more brash about it. He said it up front, and he did, and he's doing what he said he was going to do. And so for him, that's one of his strengths, right? People may not like it. They call him arrogant. They call him flashy, but that's what you hire for. That's who you hire for. You hire a splash coach like Dion, and he can make these decisions, and he's making them. And like I said, the telltale sign is when the AD comes out and say, I support him 100%, and then defends him, and then starts to cite the NCAA rules about, if a player leaves, as long as they don't play football, from an academic standpoint, like the lady said, like Sheila said in Colorado, we still take care of them. So they try to make it seem like when the kids left, they were taking the scholarship.
Throwing them to the wolves. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Yeah,
they weren't telling the full story.
Yeah. He's not just throwing them to the wolves. Yeah, he's not throwing them to the wolves.
Exactly.
If you don't find another school, right, baby, you still an athlete here. I mean, you still a student here. You good. We got you. You just don't play here anymore.
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah.
So they try. But so it's always there's always two sides to the story. And that's why we got to be careful about what we read and what we listen to, because if you don't read these things, you don't know it. It almost seems like, social media is good, but it sometimes give you the full narrative of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they can leave. It's not unprecedented. Even the guy who laid out earlier how many people leave. Lincoln Riley did it, right? And no one said a word.
Mm-hmm.
No one said a word. But guess why? He did it and he won.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He brought so many people over and he won. No one said a word last year. Wasn't a big deal. Now Dion does it. So many people came in and out of USC. Check the numbers. Not was it 46, 47? No, but it was maybe up in the 20s or 30s in and out of USC.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the difference? We all know what the difference is. We all know how the media views certain coaches, certain people. But it's all good.
Prices, not today's prices.
As long as the experiment pays off, we gonna see. And to when Buddy say, Prime got to win 9, 11, all them games. He don't have to win all the games. These people will be happy. The fans will be happy if he wins a few games from where he came from, and the team is competitive. There's no way you have a 1-11 team and want to keep all those people that's there. It doesn't make any sense to me. That's a recipe for a disaster. And so you got to make sure you put yourself in the best situation possible. And I have confidence that he'll win more than one game. So listen, if he wins 2, that's what 100%.
That's 100%.
He's already above what he won. It's over what he won last year. So we got to be careful of what we're saying about Dion. So we'll see. I mean, it's always good material, and we'll go from there. But I think he definitely win about 5 games. I looked at the schedule a couple times, and there's 1 or 2 games out there that he may sneak. So we'll see. So
I think injury is going to play a big role in his success. I think injury plays a big role in all schools, but especially in his system right now. If there are a few elements that don't get injured, and you got to watch the pitch count on like a Travis Hunter, there's a couple other pieces. That's going to be the determining factor in his success, I believe. But man, let me get up out of here, man. I gotta.
Let me ask you a quick question though. I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk about it. I have some concerns about Travis Hunter as a wide receiver. I'm seeing some things that I'm not really liking. But we'll talk later about that on this stage coming up on that Power 5 stage as a receiver. Now he was a corner. I'm seeing some things that Dion may be trying to force some things in him. It may be a problem going down the line. But we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it, Coach, on the back end. I'm seeing some things from Trevor Hunter I'm not really liking. I think he's a
great athlete,
an okay receiver.
Yeah.
There you go. But I think he's trying to put him in a position where he's not as comfortable in, just because he's Travis Hunter, and that may come back to bite him down the line. But we're gonna see.
Man, hold up. I've been trying to get this for the longest. I guess this is T-Help 305. I would guess I'm saying the right. Man, they win in one game. All night I've been on here, and I'm about to get off. But I need to find a Deion Sanders, primetime hater. Nobody has talked. They in the chat, they in here, but nobody's called in. And when I say a hater, I'm having fun. But I want to hear, why is it, man, they win in one game? I need somebody to tell me that, 12. So help. Here's what I'm going to do. I was finna get off of here. I'm going to open up the phone. I'm going to open back the phone line. I'm going to give you a countdown, 2 minutes to call in. I got to hear this because nobody wants to call in. Everybody wants to chat about it. Everybody want to type about it, right? Everybody a Twitter gangster, a chat, they typing in all emoji. Look, he got 4 little exclamation mark. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put the time up there. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to call in. There go the phone number. All right. I guess that's T-Help. I need you to call in, man. I need to hear why people are saying they only going to win one game. Some people earlier were saying Deion a joke. This man's I just want to hear why. We've heard numerous calls about why he's going to do well, but nobody's calling in about this. So it's 2 minutes running up there. I need him to call in. So I'm sitting here waiting.
Coach, if he only wins one game, that would be terrible. That would be terrible.
But it is
so
possible.
I mean, I don't necessarily see that happening.
Well, guess what?
They're Go ahead.
I'm saying I think we got the call.
No, go ahead.
No, finish your point. And I see him coming in. I got 0690. I hope that's him.
No, that's fine. I just think there are other people in that division that are far way worse than what Colorado has going on, and I think they could squeeze on a bad day.
2 wins. They can at least get 2 wins, though.
Yeah, on a bad day.
All right, bad day. Let me get this guy in. I think this is him. Let me see.
Come on, let's go.
All right, let me see. All right, this is gonna be interesting. 0690, you live. I hope this is. I guess it's T-Help or Thep. I'm not sure. 305. Call or talk to us.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, how do you say it? Is it T-Help?
Yeah, T-Help.
All right, T-Help 305. So that means you from the crib like me, like my man V12.
Yeah.
You on here live with both of us. You say they're gonna win one game. And first of all, I want to say I appreciate you calling in, dog. Most people I asked to do that, they'd be like, nah, coach, I'm hiding behind my avatar. You call in, T-Help, talk to us. What's up? What's your thoughts?
No, the thoughts is when you look at the team from the interior, you look at the offensive line that they had. They was getting pressure from the defensive line that they had. So I understand they're going to rebuild, bring some transfers in and all that. But you got to think that offensive line won't hold up most of the season. They ain't had no big pressure coming in. If you watch that spring game, he's just sitting back there just throwing the ball. That ain't gonna happen all season.
Okay.
So now, and you look at Travis Hunter and those guys on offense, and the boy that transferred, they was killing that defense in that spring game.
So here's my question to you. I have to be very honest, and this is what I don't know, and this was so hard trying to search how many of those people in that spring game got purged, right? How many of those guys? Because you don't know the roster,
yeah.
no. So that's very important too.
Right.
Okay,
I understand that, but at the same time, you got how much they're going to bring in.
It's 2,090 people in the transfer portal from FBS type schools.
Okay.
So you got plenty to pull. You got a big pool to pick from.
So you got right. So you got to think how many big time players that they bringing in that's going to produce and help that team from what we've seen in that spring game. That's all I'm saying. I don't see, and I don't with the schedule. I don't see them winning no more than 1-2 games, really.
So T-Help, can I ask you a question? B12, man. Thanks for calling in. Got a question for you. Are you a Miami Hurricanes fan?
Yeah, of course. I'm down with that. So that's what I'm saying.
So,
and coach.
No. Hold on. Let me. I'm glad you say that. So do you? How would you rate our offensive line play last year? We were pretty much trash, right? Last year.
Exactly. That's the whole.
Okay. Oh no. Okay, no, hold on. Okay, no. Walk with me through here. Walk me through Risco Park real fast. So if we were trash last year, offensive line was trash, and we managed to win 5 games. You're telling me Deion Sanders with a trash offensive line can't win more than 1 game?
Nope, it won't happen.
That is. I think that's unfair, unrealistic. Because let me tell you what he gonna do. Only thing he's gonna do is he has to have a decent offensive line to get the ball out to the speedsters, and they're gonna be all right. Now in the spring game, let's be honest. First of all, they weren't gonna play the spring game. It was snowing that day. He said it was gonna be light, so no one really played the hardest in their spring. So I don't necessarily think you want to take it from a game. And they weren't going to play the game because it snowed.
I
get it. Yeah, but I think the schedule and what the coaching staff, what they brought in, what they continue to bring in, he'll probably go to JUCO and grab a JUCO. I think he has a plan. He's still Deion Sanders. He can still sell the program. I think he'll win more than 1 game.
Coach, I got to know that, man. You come man.
No, you good.
Man. I'm on the truck, man.
No. Listen, bro. I just appreciate you calling in. And glad you came in. You articulated your point, and I appreciate. I'm about to get out of here anyway because the Lakers is tied 40-40 with Golden State right now. I was looking at that, man. So yeah, I appreciate it, man. We about to get up. Yeah, this is what happened when you open up the phone line, man. I got my man, Coach. I think this Coach Spoon, man. Is this Coach Spoon?
You already know.
Man, I was going to hang up, but I recognize the number, man. Spoon, what's up, baby?
Man, listen, Prime going to get 6 games at the most this year.
Yeah.
That's going because what people don't realize, it's the same thing that we went through. Same thing. No different. He got to turn over the roster. The boys ain't gonna jail like that. I don't care. You could bring in Leon Sandcastle right now. He don't automatically make that team an 8-win team.
Leon Sandcastle.
It don't matter. He's not gonna make that an 8-win team just like that.
Y'all don't remember? Hold up, man. They don't remember who Leon Sandcastle is. Let them know who Leon Sandcastle was in the draft. Because they don't know.
Man, it was a man called Leon Sandcastle. He came to run the 40. He sold out. It was Prime's alter ego. He came in there with what he had, a fro and a Mexican mustache.
Yeah.
The thick what's the dude? Guerrero a wrestler dude. He had that type of mustache.
Yeah.
Man, listen, it don't matter. Slow J Simpson, all them boys, it don't even matter. I promise you. He ain't winning 8 games. If he wins 6 games, he's done a damn good job. Even with them 3 Boynton boys on that team. With them 3 Boynton boys on that team, that make the team better. Travis Hunter, Boynton boy. Then you got Hankerson, number 22, running back, and now you got Corey Gammage. All them Boynton boys, they still don't win more than 6 games. It's too much turnover. I don't care how you look at it. I don't care how good you is as a coach. You turning over the whole roster. It don't mesh like that. Not in college football.
But boy, if he mess around, if he wins 6 games, let's be legit. If he wins 6 games, he got to get coach of the year straight up. I don't care.
Oh, he did amazing.
He need to be coach of the
year. Coach.
Yeah.
Coach, if he wins 6 games, he bringing out a too legit to quit video.
Too legit. Too legit
Yeah.
to quit. Hey,
He deserve it. Have Hammer come out there.
Exactly.
Too legit. Too legit to
He
quit.
bringing out too legit to quit video.
Bro, let me tell you
He's
something.
probably gonna be out there humping the bump.
There you go.
Because straight up, bro,
That's what I'm
and like
talking
I
about,
said,
man.
it's no enticement from NIL deals. Like, think about it. He's not enticing guys through that ain't publicly said. I mean, you know what I mean? So, I mean, bro, like, if this dude wins 6 games with a full turned over roster, just, you know what I mean? It may not be the best performance of all time, but to accomplish what you've accomplished, bro, I just
if he wins 6 games,
if he wins 6 games,
for the following year.
No.
If he wins 6 games, why them coaches get pulled from what? You gotta understand college football. Every roster goes through it. Coaches gonna get pulled, kids gonna get pulled. It's gonna happen. It's like he just got all these corners. You think them corners gonna watch a whole nother quarterback unit come in, corner unit come back in? You got Shador, was it Shiloh coming in? You think he really just gonna come in there, snatch spots? You might put him in there, but that's pressure. Them people not gonna stand for that. The boys gonna jump in the portal and haul ass again.
Listen, real quick, Thomas Carter.
That's the way it is.
And I saw your cake comments, Thomas Carter. I be trying to make this a family show, so I try to lead them cake. I saw your cake comments, Carter. He says if he wins 6 games, he ain't no coach of the year. Come on, coach. But you got to at least get a man an honorable mention or something. He got to get a little yellow ribbon.
If Deion Sanders wins 6 games, he has done his job.
Why wouldn't he be coach of the year? He should definitely be considered if he wins 6 games. That's an absolute.
Yeah, I can't give him coach 12. I'm be honest with you. I was talking. I can't give him coach of the year because coach of the year to me goes to the player. I would definitely give him.
I would mention.
Yeah, he definitely get honorable mention.
He could be in the top.
You don't think he'll would it be Pac-10, Pac-12 coach of the year?
Now that I could give him.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't give him coach of the year
he
across
wins 6 games.
Yeah.
He wins 6 games. He deserves it. I'm gonna say he deserves it. Pac-12 coach of the year. Yeah, give it to him. Because he already. I mean, as from a financial standpoint, he already coach of the year. Without a doubt,
coach of the year. Financial coach of the year.
The amount of money he done generated at school, how much they done did in merchandising, and they can talk all that crap they wanted to do by HBCUs and all the above.
Damn.
Man, he changed that HBCUs around. He made money for FAM. He made money for Tennessee. He made Fairview. He made money for teams he ain't played. What else can you say?
Fellas,
he was over in Colorado. That was the best place he could go. You know why? Because he couldn't do nothing but go up.
Fellas, I'm gonna say this in
He
conclusion.
couldn't do nothing but go up. They won 1 game.
Listen, I'm getting out of here in literally 2 minutes, but you're right. LP got a very valid point. LP on the screen says, man, y'all giving out participation trophies. Doggone it, we show off. Slap myself.
That juice got you tongue-tied.
But I do have that red velvet got me tongue-tied. But what I really gotta do, is he's right. I still think he should be acknowledged though. But yes, you're right. No trophy for 6 for winning half your games. You're right. But if he win 10, he might get Kevin of the year. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, I got to get out of here, fellas, man. It's been 2 hours. I'm getting up off this joint. And Thomas Carter, don't be stealing my joy. Let me live a little bit, man. Y'all let Coach live. You know, that cane juice biting. So we're going to make it happen, man.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, fellas, we about to get up out of here.
Good, man. I'm going to call back in next Thursday, man, too, and hop on this thing.
Hey, this is what we're going to do.
I got to put that 20. I got to put that 21 on my back, man. You know what I mean? And we're going to keep it moving, man.
Boy. All I'm going to say is,
just to quit, man.
Hey, this is what we're going out to right here, y'all. This is what we're going out to.
Available until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when the purge concludes. Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
We out here. Somebody pass me my cane juice.
The purge is here.